A's Extra.
Welcome back on the Anglers Extra pregame show ahead of Game 11 of the Cape League season where Chatham visits Bourne. It's time for the Manager's Show with Chatham skipper Dennis Cook. I'm Jake Klein. Dennis, a quarter of the way through the Cape League regular season. Your thoughts so far?
It's gone really fast. First 10 games were says like they've flown by. Still like our team a whole lot. I think we're in good shape. We're just starting to hit a little bit better, and once we get that going, I think we're going to be dangerous.
13 runs over the last 2 games for your offense. What's changed in that time period?
I just think guys are taking better swings and having a better approach and a better plan, and just getting back to who they are, the good hitters that they are.
When baseball coaches talk about an approach, what does that mean?
Just hitting in counts, looking and watching the pitcher, see if he's falling into a habit of what pitches he's throwing in certain counts, and getting good pitches to hit. Sometimes, a strike down and away is not a good pitch to hit if you're looking middle in. So take the pitch, and they're just getting better pitches to hit, I think.
On that same vein, you've also allowed 13 runs over the last couple of games. What have you seen from your pitching staff lately?
I still think they're throwing good. I don't know if we've walked more or not. It doesn't seem like we've walked more. Maybe just the league is starting to get used to the wood bats a little bit. Maybe it's just a league thing. But I still like our guys, and I think we're in good shape.
Chatting with Dennis Cook on the Manager's Show before the A's take on the Bourne Braves at Doran Park. Dennis, you lose Ace Reese and Cole Johnson from the roster. They've left town, left with 9 position players for tonight's game. What changes when that's the case?
Well, you're kind of rolling the dice for a couple games with just 9 kids. But, we look at it as opportunity. The players should look at it as opportunity to get at-bats every day and to get better each and every day.
Does that roll of the dice concern you at all?
It always does, because I don't ever want to have to put a pitcher in a position. But, we got help coming, and it's just the way the roster turned over, so it is what it is.
Saw Gabe Davis taking some batting practice at Veterans Field today. Is he the backup plan?
Absolutely not.
So no Gabe Davis defensively or offensively tonight for the Chatham A's. Dennis, what did Ace Reese mean to this lineup during the short time he was here?
Well, the last couple games he brought us some power that we were expecting him to have a lot earlier. He didn't swing the bat as good as he wanted to early. I know that for a fact. But you could tell he was starting to get his timing down, and it's time for him to go to USA. So hopefully he can go with those guys and shine and help us win a gold medal over in Japan.
He also had a 2-run homer from Henry Ford in Katuitt. Do you think there's something to be said for an adjustment period at the start of a Cape League tenure?
I think so. I definitely think so. All the years I've been up here, it seems like that's the norm. Guys start out slow, get used to the wood bat, kind of get back in the groove of things. A lot of the kids, they were off baseball for 2 weeks up to a month. So baseball's a funny game. You lay off of it for a week or two, and it's like starting all over. So, So.
You also add a couple of more players in the coming days as the roster starts to turn over. What can we expect from the Chatham roster as the calendar flips to July?
We have LSU outfielder and catcher coming in, and on the 5th we have Roman Martin from from UCLA. And then we have some pitching coming in, a couple of kids from Oklahoma, a couple of kids from Tennessee, and a kid from West Virginia.
And what does that group of pitchers do you think will they bring to your staff?
Well, just being excited to be here. They're obviously all very talented kids, or they wouldn't be here. So just opportunities, and I'm excited to see them throw.
Another opportunity awaits the A's today at Doran Park against the Bourne Braves. That's Dennis Cook on the Manager's Show. Dennis, thanks for the time.
Thank you.